How's it going, everyone? It's Mo here. On today's video, we're gonna be playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The reason that I'm making this video is mainly because there is this new event going on. I'm pretty sure you're all aware of if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! It's called the Exodia event or the Specials Duels event. It's different rules from what you're used to. I've been trying some different decks, recorded some other footage. Been trying to make a deck where I can summon Exodia. And how it works is, you have to have the minimum of 20 cards on your deck. Um, it doesn't matter if you have 15 or 17. You have to have a minimum of 20, and then they will add some other ones right here. I'll just highlight it right there. They'll add all the other 5 pieces of Exodia. Doesn't matter what your skill is, because that's pretty much the skill you get. So whatever you have here, whatever you saved up for your skill, it's gonna go away. This deck, it's gonna be one of my first times trying it. It's actually my second time trying it, so I'll go ahead and show you guys how it works. Considering removing this, just because the odds of getting tails is 50-50, so you really don't know if you're gonna help your opponent instead of helping yourself. So let's go ahead and give it a try. You guys can just pause the video if you guys want to look at my deck. I recommend doing something similar to this. I usually have 4 to 5 normal monsters, because I do use the White Elephant's Gift. This spell card, you will pretty much tribute your normal monster from the field. You'll get to draw 2 cards, and then I chained it, or I used this trap and the spell. So I used the Comedy Charity. So draw 2 cards, and you can remove any normal monster from your hand, and you will remove it from play. So pretty much discarding it, removing it from play, you draw 2 cards. You cannot activate this card besides or without doing that process that I just said, because if you do, and if you don't have a normal monster, you can still draw 2 cards, but you're throwing your whole hand away. So it's if you have just spells and you can live without the spells or the traps, you can just toss them. But if you have the pieces of Exodia, obviously you're just wasting your whole time trying to figure that out. So let's go ahead and jump into one game. We'll do a one try. We'll see how it goes. Trying to figure out when the volume's not working on this thing. Oh, gee, there it was. I'm sorry about that. Sorry. Alright, let's go ahead and give it a try. This is why you should like to keep it. That probably was annoying, huh? But okay, let's go. Alright, I hate going first. It's really bad. I do have one piece. Just because, you're drawing less cards than your opponent. That's my other friend. He probably wants to play with me. But okay, let's go ahead and see what he does. So the main point of this deck, I'm probably going to explain it in some other video if I do like a breakdown of it. The main point of it is to have a couple normal monsters, 4 to 5, like I said. You want to use trap cards like the one I showed you, forgot the name of it, and then the Elephant's Gift, I think that was it. So by doing that, you're able to draw cards, so you can drop up to 4 at the same time. So we'll see what he does. And he is probably not here to summon Exodia. Like, he has 30 cards on his deck and 5 on his hand. He has 35 cards. So this dude or girl had 30 cards to start with. So they might not be very familiar with the game. So that's 2 pieces. That's good. So the point of this is, have a body. You'll have a monster to protect your life points, and when they do destroy them, you go ahead and take another monster out. You summon it, and that way you have this chain process of removing cards from your deck. The more chances of getting your pieces, and obviously winning the duel. And this one, it's actually in my deck just because if I am going against somebody that is trying to summon Exodia, I can screw them up by sending this card, or having this card being destroyed. We'll send it to the graveyard, and the top 3 cards of their deck will be discarded. Meaning, you don't know if those 3 cards, the odds of having that, if you go with somebody that only has 20 cards like you, the odds of having a piece of Exodia are pretty high. So let's see what we can do. So let's see, we can flip. You can special summon another monster. We'll go ahead and leave that just that. Okay, so we're gonna summon this and attack. He won't stay for long. We're gonna activate the spell, White Elephant's Gift. We tribute that monster. We get 2 more cards. So automatically, I have 3 pieces of Exodia in my deck. I already summoned, so I can't do much about that. I have 16 cards left, and I'm on turn 6. So obviously, this can depend going from from either a few turns, sometimes even the whole game. It all depends on your luck, whatever you draw, your strategy. You can just toss cards in this deck and hope for Exodia to be summoned. Obviously, that can happen, but so oh wow, oh shit. So he's gonna probably summon a monster, big monster here, high level monster, maybe a blue eyes. Nope. Oh god. Okay, so 2300. So whatever he summons, okay, if he destroys this, we'll discard 3 cards. Okay, I can live with that. And yes, look at that. If by any chance he was going for Exodia, he just lost his arm. The odds of getting that, this game doesn't really give you much options to recover monsters from your deck. There is a card that I'm thinking about putting into my deck just in case somebody does that to me. I can use a trap and recover 3 of my normal monsters from my deck, or from my graveyard, as long as there's 5 monsters in my graveyard. So Common Charity. So I'll go ahead and set that. Go ahead and set this. Start my next turn. So he destroys my Skeleton, I draw a card. If he destroys my Mombanic Vermion, I'll go ahead and summon another one. And that's what we want. I'll go ahead and activate Common Charity whenever I have a normal monster in my hand. Usually by that is like if I draw this card. So he's going to attack. He might attack this. I'll go ahead and draw a card. If it's a normal monster, I'll activate my trap and I'll go ahead and draw 2 cards. But he didn't. So he's going to activate that. I'll press yes for my effect. Summon another one. It went from 15 cards to 14. The odds are getting, smaller or bigger, whatever. So now he's gonna finish that. All these monsters here are kind of concerning, but at the same time he hasn't flipped them if he wants to use an effect. 4 pieces, 1 more piece and the game is over. I don't want to flip him just because I don't have a 3rd one. I can flip this and draw a card, but that way I'll just hurt myself. I'll just leave myself open for more damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the next turn. That way he's probably gonna attack one of my monsters if he doesn't summon something else. It looks like he doesn't have any cards in his hand. When he attacks that, I'll draw a card, and hopefully is a normal monster or the 5th piece, and that way I can win the game. So he didn't attack that, unfortunately. He attacked that. I don't have another one to utilize. So let's go ahead and move on to the next. We can win it here if I get it, and I didn't. So what I can do is then I can activate this card, Common Charity, and I gotta discard 1 normal monster. I don't want to discard my Exodia pieces, obviously. I'll discard this normal monster, toss that into the graveyard, and I drew 2 cards. I'll go ahead and set this, Jar of Greed, and if I get another normal monster, I can do the same thing, summon it and draw 2 cards. So we'll go ahead and go to the next turn. We still have 4,000 life points, so that's really good. We want to make sure we don't get attacked too much. So you see, he has an Exodia piece just sitting there, which is kind of random. So that next turn could be it. Next turn I'll draw a card, then I can summon Battle Ox or another normal monster, use my spell. I can draw a card here when he's going to destroy that. He actually has 2 pieces. I have the Shard of Greed, 8 cards left. It's looking pretty good. I might be able to win next turn. As long as I'm only going to get 800 life points of damage. Another 400 left. Come on, dude. Be fast. Okay, I can live with that. I'll draw a card. It could be my 5th piece. I'm just missing the head. If not, we're going to keep on going with our strategy. So boom, got it. You know, there we go. I'll go ahead and win the game. Got the 5 pieces in my hand. Got some little effects going on there. Pretty cool. There we go. Wah! You win the duel. That's the main point of this deck. You know how I showed you. I'll go ahead and go back into my deck so you can take a look. You win. Doesn't matter what character you use again. You know, your whatever skill you have is going to go away. 1 duel to Exodia the Forbidden One's effect. That's okay. You guys saw that. I'll go ahead and show you a little snapshot of my deck again. Level 33. Doesn't really matter. But really cool stuff. Moved into Bronze Rank 1. You know, like I just started playing it. Having a feel for it. So let's go back into that deck. There we go. I have Destiny Draw there, but it really doesn't matter just because you can't use anything. So like I said, you got Warm Worms, which is to affect your opponent if he is going for the summoning of Exodia on the event that's going on. You'll screw him up pretty good. You got Skeleton, it's pretty self-explanatory. Draw 1 card with his flip. I'm missing another one of these. If I can get it in one of those packs, I'll go get it. And if I don't, then this deck works just fine. These are the only 2. These are the cards that I'm actually consider taking out just because I can help the opponent, you know. But besides that, you have White Elephant's Gift. Send one of your normal monsters to the graveyard. Go ahead and draw 2 cards. Draw a Greed. Just draw 1 card. Doesn't really matter what normal monsters you have. I did go with the high level. I'm sorry, or high attack. I don't have the Jelly Bean, you know, or I don't have the Fairy, even 1800 points of attack. But that's pretty much it, guys. This will be my first attempt, or first few attempts trying to summon Exodia using the deck that I showed you. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this kind of video, please subscribe and hit a like. All right, thank you guys. Peace.